you and Pat work together. Landers.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I went to the coolest jazz thing. It was in honor of Dr. King the other night over at, it's called the Avid Music Series.
They used to be great rivals in the Capital Division of the Mid-Penn, but now they're in two different divisions. But tonight may well take on a playoff atmosphere. It is Milton Hershey coming in here tonight. The Spartans at 8-1, 5-1 in the Keystone. On the other side, Trinity High School, the Shamrocks, 11-2 overall, 8-0 in the Mid-Penn Capital Conference, where they are winning that conference right now. And good evening and welcome to High School Sports Live TV's Game of the Week. I'm Gary Sutton alongside of Kirk Smallwood and Jeff Thompson, and tonight's broadcast is brought to you by our premier sponsor, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, F&M Trust Bank, along with Huffman Ford, and we are so glad to be with you here tonight as we start off the week with a great game, guys. And we start out with Milton Hershey tonight. The Spartans coming in here with outstanding team so far, and one of the reasons why is a guy named Malachi Thomas, coach. Let's talk a little bit about him tonight.
Well, a tremendous athlete. He's already been offered for football as a wide receiver, about 6'3". He's ambidextrous. You can't tell if he's right or left-handed. He's really smooth with the ball, and he can score. He had 32 against Lower Dauphin, 29 on Saturday against Harrisburg. He really goes to the hole well, and he's pretty unselfish. It'd be fun to watch him.
17 points a game and 9 rebounds, and he's filling up pretty regularly. On the other side, you got Trinity High School coming in here tonight, and they may be as big a team as there is in the Mid-Penn right now with 6'11", 6'7", 6'4". It goes on and on. But one of the guys that makes them go here tonight is a 6'4" guy. His name is Owen Schlager. Coach, talk about him.
Owen Schlager started last year as a freshman. He got 8 points a game. Over the summer, he said he grew about 4 inches, threw on about 20 pounds, and his vertical increased. Now he's getting like 18 points a game, and he's a cog, one of the main cogs of the Trinity Shamrock attack.
A sophomore point guard. He'll get out to the basket pretty good. But they've got some big size, too, in Adelph Cisse and also Mike Bednoston. Bednoston 6'10", Cisse 6'7". So when you talk about size tonight, this team's got all the size coming into this one here this evening. Jeff?
Well, Milton Hershey will counter with some 6'3" kids that can jump and can battle. They're very physical, a physical point guard, so it'll be a tussle.
And two of the best coaches you're going to find anyway, Larry Kostelak and Mark Zerby tonight, ready to go at it. They've had some great games in this facility right here, and we expect the very same here tonight. It'll take on a playoff kind of atmosphere as these two teams kind of hook up against the best to get ready for the playoffs later on down the line in February. Tonight, it's Milton Hershey and Trinity right here on your High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week on Fox 43.2.
More choices, more laughter, more time to play, and less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customer. Students, begin your professional journey in a high-demand field with Groff Tractor. Contact us today to discover the power of our technician internship programs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Genesis of York, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover, and our newest dealership, Jack Giambavo Mazda. The Giambavo family of dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale, Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambavo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambavo.com.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life. thanks to PHFA.
Everybody knows Hoffman has it. Did you know Hoffman has even more? There's the fully stocked Hoffman Ford Parts and Accessories Department, the Hoffman state-of-the-art collision facility, confidence in our ultra-modern service facility, peace of mind with master technicians, satisfaction with low prices.
Do I really need to say it again? Hoffman has it.
Only at Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
And welcome to the home of the Shamrocks here in Trinity High School in Shiremanstown, Pennsylvania, which I don't know if you can tell that from Camp Hill or suburban Harrisburg, but Gary Sutton, Kirk Small with you, and the whole crew tonight. Chad Edwards and the whole crew, Jeff Thompson running the sidelines as we're about to bring you this game here in just a few moments. And I'll tell you what, we are hyped up for this one tonight. This used to be an old Capital Conference game that you'd play, but I got to tell you something, Kirk. This is one tonight where you're looking at two teams, one from the Keystone Division in Milton Hershey, one from the Capital Division in Trinity. It's going to be fun. And if you take a look at those T-shirts together, we just saw right there, there's a guy on the minds of a lot of people here tonight, Steve Sabata, who was a colonel in the United States Army. He served 30-plus years as a combat officer. He's buried in Arlington National Cemetery, but he was a coach here until this past summer for 16 years. And a real treasured guy. You knew him, Kirk.
Knew him well.
Steve Sabata, and he died this past summer of a heart attack. But I'll tell you what, that's the opposing team right there, Milton Hershey, that has Trinity and Milton Hershey, and they're honoring tonight Steve Sabata. He has a very special chair down there, and I know Jeff Thompson's going to be talking about that later, but your thoughts on that this evening?
Very classy move by Milton Hershey head coach Mark Zerby. The kids won't get the full understanding of what they're representing right now until years from now. Very classy move. Hats off to Milton Hershey and Coach Zerby.
And Steve Sabata on the minds of a lot of people here tonight. I think they're having a special ceremony for him a little bit later on. But Jeff Thompson will have a piece on that too with timeout with Thompson in the third quarter. But we look at these two teams coming in here tonight, and I'll tell you what, both having good seasons so far. You look at this Milton Hershey team, 8-1. They're 5-1 in the Keystone. They're 1.5 game behind right now. They knocked off Mechanicsburg early in the season. They got beat the other night in overtime, 57-49. And Trinity on the other side is 8-0 in the Mid-Penn, and they are racing out ahead of everyone right now. Bishop McDevitt in second place, one behind them. We're going to have the rematch of that on February 2nd, and then 11-2 overall. The two teams tonight here, it's going to be an interesting match. We get the size of Trinity, 6'11", 6'7", 6'4", it goes on, against the quicks of Milton Hershey.
Absolutely. I think this part of the season right here, Trinity is more entrenched in what their identity is. Right now, Coach Zerby is tinkering with the lineup every now and then, and you know, they're trying to figure out how they want to play. He wants to play fast, but they've got to make sure they take care of the ball.
We're going to take a look at some of the starting lineups. There you see Larry Kostelak down there. Larry Kostelak's only been here for 39 years now. His dad's name's on one end of this court. Harry DeFrank's name's on the other end. So he's been here for a long time. And when you talk about Larry Kostelak, he has a career record of 17 conference championships, 18 district championships, 2 state championships, 4 runners-up. He's an absolute genius when it comes to coaching. On the other side, Mark Zerby, a guy who's 190 and 75, 71% winning percentage over at Milton Hershey. He won a Mid-Penn championship. You won't like that one because that was over your team back in 15-16. But he's got 10 consecutive winning seasons there, so pretty unbelievable. I mean, these two coaches really are bringing class outfits in here tonight. Both
are very, very good friends. I've known them for a long time. It's good to see Eric Kendler, guy who played in my summer league, come back and be the AD at Trinity. It's just a good situation.
No, we're staying right here. We're just listening to a couple of the announcements right now. Your officials tonight are going to be Brian Proctor, Barry Shipley, Rick Staines, as we're getting ready to get this one underway here in just a few minutes. But we're going to take a look at the starting lineups here for tonight. First of all, for Milton Hershey, the Spartans out of Hershey, Pennsylvania. And they've got an outstanding lineup here. Larry Anabamwo is averaging 13 points a game, and you've got Jason Burney, in there who's averaging 9 points a game. Adam Rosa, 16 points a game, coming off a big one the other night. And then you've got Malachi Thomas, the guy you're going to be looking at a lot in that number 23, 17 points a game. And finally, Michael Bleedy, who's averaging 3 points a game. But these 5 guys are really, really quick. And here you see him right now. They're honoring Steve Sabata. Look at that. I mean, just
excellent. Basketball teaches a lot of things. This is one of them.
And that was Larry Kostelak with his team now, the Milton Hershey. On the other side, we take a look at the starting lineups tonight for Trinity. And if you looked at that Trinity bench, by the way, the seat to the very right of that bench is Steve Sabata's seat. They leave that open for him, even though he's no longer there. Let's take a look at that Trinity starting lineup right now. And we'll get that up there in a second for you. Here it comes. Our FM Trust starters, Emil Way, averaging 2.9 points a game. You got Owen Schlager, who is averaging 20 points a game right now. He grew 4 inches this last summer. This guy could take it to the rack with the best of them, pull up for the 3. Trey Wyan at 6.8 points a game. Adelph Cisse, who is 6'7", averaging 12 a game. And Mike Bednostin, who's only 6'10", averaging 14.1 points a game. These guys can get it done. They like to play a 1-3, 1.5 court, but as you said, Coach, they're not adverse to running either. You'll see them go up and down the court a little bit tonight. This is going to be an intriguing matchup here this evening.
If Trinity dominates the boards, it will be a track meet. They'll take it off the defensive board, push it down there, push down Milton Hershey's throat. It's going to be a battle of wills, Coach.
And you know, the one thing that Mark Zerby said tonight when we started, he said, this is going to be like a playoff atmosphere tonight.
Yeah.
This is what we expect to see. We get to the playoffs later in the season. Same thing for Trinity. You know, playing a quality team like this. So forget the fact they're both not in the Capital Conference anymore. They've had some wars in here. They both are going to be ready to really test this tonight as a cross-divisional kind of battle to get them ready for the playoffs to come in the second season in February, then hopefully the third season in March. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
8 local drop-off sites for recyclable materials.
Recycling matters in Dauphin County.
Since 2001, Dauphin County has recycled over 10,000 tons of electronics.
And 1.6 million tons of recyclables like cardboard and plastics. Keep up the great work.
Bring it on!
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Genesis of York, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover, and our newest dealership, Jack Giambavo Mazda. The Giambavo family of dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale, Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambavo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambavo.com.
Gary Sutton with you courtside, along with Kirk Smallwood. Jeff Thompson roving the court here tonight. And it's his old digs. He used to coach here. Had a girls team in the state championship all that not long ago. And as we said tonight, we have some excellent officials in the game. Brian Proctor, Barry Shipley, Rick Staines. Jim Gallagher, our statistician emperor, is here on the sidelines with us as well. So we are ready to get this one underway here at Trinity, the home of the Shamrocks. Coach Harry DeFrank and Larry Kostelak Sr.'s names on the court. They were legends here for a lot of years.
That's a lot of wins on that floor.
Oh. We're ready to get this one underway right now as we'll tip it off. And it's controlled by Trinity, and Bednostin, nobody up there to challenge him. And look at this right away out of the gate. Trinity just buries it from downtown, and that's Owen Slager showing you what he can do.
Owen Slager, I asked him, I said, what is one thing that Coach Kostelak wants from you every game, every practice? He said, be more vocal, be a leader, and be a coach on the floor. I was impressed with him, and I was impressed with the statement.
We saw Central last week against Bishop McDevitt use this 1-3-1, and they did the same thing. They used all their bigs across the middle with a big wingspan, and then ran two quick. One out front with Slager, and one on the baseline there with Way. Look at that, though. Nice job getting inside, got the shot they wanted. And very quickly, here's Trinity back on the run. Well, Slager's looking to shoot every time, isn't he?
He's looking to put it in the basket. Good ball movement with Trinity. Not a whole lot of guys standing still. Slager's going to direct the attack.
And Nostin flashes high. One of the things you always see with a Larry Kostelak team is motion.
They're going to move. They're going to share the ball.
Bednostin, quick shot off the wing. How that for the 6'10"? So Bednostin with his first 2 points tonight, and he was looking to shoot right away as well, Coach.
Nice shot, nice form. There's actually a couple college coaches here taking a look at the big guys from Trinity.
I'll tell you what, you watch this team from Milton Hershey and Mark Zorby, they will attack smartly.
They will. They move their bodies, they move the ball, and they're not afraid to get to the rack.
The two gaps here are going to be out in the wings and on the baseline. Right there's a baseline shot, but you're going to have to hit those. That was a little quick.
Yes.
Yanked down there by Wyand.
Adam Rosa is the guy who does it from the perimeter for Milton Hershey.
Slager operates the show from the top. He gets it out to Bednostin. And then thrown away there from the hands of Emil Way, and it went the wrong way.
Jason Burney with the steal. And he's one of the shooters for Milton Hershey.
There again, you're stepping into where that thing is going to be weak, but you're going to have to make some of those shots. You said last week with Bishop McDevitt against Central. Here you go, quickly running. Bednostin at the other end, and Bednostin gets pushed behind. No call. Yanked out of there by Malachi Thomas. Thomas did a good job of getting down there. And
Thomas is extremely athletic.
Tipped away again. Picked up by Cisse. Cisse looking down the court. Cisse throws it up and misses it. Pulled down on the other side by Bernie. And off comes, look at this, talk about a quick turnaround on the other end. How about that from Larry Anabanyu?
Anabanyu is the guy who penetrates.
I better get this right, Anabanyu.
Anabanyu.
I met him beforehand. They came over just simply to introduce themselves and make sure I got the spelling right. Anabanyu again, getting it up and in, but it's going to be a charge, and wow. Anabanyu is quick off that first step, isn't he?
He's very, very quick.
He's averaging 13 points a game, but gets called there for player control.
When Milton Hershey usually spreads the floor, he's the guy who usually gets in the middle, penetrates, and either dishes or shoots.
Slager gets it out to Bednostin.
Trinity being very deliberate in their offense here.
Man-to-man by Milton Hershey here. Hard move to the basket, tough shot. A little hard, it's going to be over the top, and I think the call is going to be on Cisse. And that'll be his first foul. Team first.
Cisse moving in for the offensive rebound. Called for the foul.
So Milton Hershey's kind of interesting. They're attacking this with an odd front against an odd front defense, but now they're getting more into a 2-1-2 look, or 2-3 look, if you will.
Nice pass. Threw it away. Maybe he should have bounced it.
Slager up with the right hand. Good recovery by Milton Hershey there, as you saw Adam Rosa get back down there in a hurry defensively.
Adam Rosa to get up. That 1-3-1, you won't see a bigger 1-3-1 at a Division II school.
You really have to have someone that can step into those seams. They're looking to try to attack right behind the zone, and they're a little bit unsure as to where they want to go right now, Coach.
Absolutely. They've got to find some soft spots and attack.
4:28 to go in the first quarter. And as so far, Trinity 1 out of 6 in 2-point field goals in this game.
That's a good sign for the Milton Hershey.
Speaks well their man-to-man defense. They close out so well. There's a good look. Top of the key, best look in the house for a three. And that coming off the hands of Trey Wyand.
Nice looking shot by Trey.
Ryan averages 7-point game here for the Shamrocks. I'll tell you what, that is one heck of a zone defense. Schlager got, took a weird split there. We're hoping he's okay. Good sportsmanship there, as you see him helped up by Michael Bleedy. What's that? Schlager explodes, doesn't he?
Yes. Milton Hershey has 5 turnovers early on.
And that's the reason they're down 8-2 right now. Schlager looking inside for Cisse, nothing doing. Hey, I love Milton Hershey's tenacity on man-to-man defense. They really know what they're doing. There's Schlager up again and rattles it home. And Schlager looking hard to the basket, has 5 points in the game. 10-2, the Shamrocks lead out of the gate.
Nice soft kiss with the left hand.
Problem with this 1-3-1, Coach, you're going to have to throw slow passes over the top of it because of the arm width and the length of these guys out in the wings. Look at this, right here.
Yeah.
It's caused them all kinds of problems. The moment they go to the side, those wingspans come into play.
Trinity's doing an excellent job trapping in the corners. They're using their length. They're getting their hands up.
Ben Nastin got away with a little push.
Yeah,
right
he did.
Ben Nastin back up, won't go. Ben Nastin again, back up, and then Ben Nastin in for 2, and that's going to get a timeout from Coach Mark Zerby. We'll take one as well. Out of the gate, Trinity's blasting away at 12-2. It's 3:07 to go in the first quarter of High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
Everybody knows Hoffman has it. Did you know Hoffman has even more? There's the fully stocked Hoffman Ford Parts and Accessories Department, the Hoffman state-of-the-art collision facility, confidence in our ultra-modern service facility, peace of mind with master technicians, satisfaction with low prices.
Do I really need to say it again? Hoffman has it.
Only at Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
12-2 with 3:07 to go in the first quarter, and Milton Hershey trying to figure out a way to get inside that 1-3-1 zone, which Trinity has played to perfection so far. And again, continue to play to perfection here as Milton Hershey just not sure where to go with it. How about that? Oh, and Schlager takes it length of the court and puts it away. He's got 7 points, 14-2, the Shamrocks lead it.
Coach, when I interviewed Schlager before the game, he said, Coach, I'm playing over the rim now. Well, he wasn't kidding.
That was for you, Coach.
Milton Hershey still trying to figure this zone out.
And what's happening is you got to keep almost to the top. You know what's going to happen on the wing. You're going to get trapped. And every single time they're rushing a little bit against this. Finally, they get a good look for the corner. And a nice bury there by Adam Rosa with a 3. And gets his team back within 9.
Adam Rosa, one of the leading scorers for Milton Hershey.
16 points a game for Rosa. He had a big one the other night, by the way. 23 points in his last game out. Trinity comes in with a 6-game winning streak tonight. And on this other side, the Spartans come in 1. There's Cisse, and Cisse with a beautiful turnaround there. Adelph Cisse with his first 2 of the night.
It'll be very, very hard for Milton Hershey to contest that kind of a shot. I mean, the guy gets way up in the air and shoots down on his defender.
It's tough, too, when you're in the middle against this zone right now, and the guy that's standing behind you is 6'10". Foul on the baseline is going to be called against Emil Way. That'll be his first team second of the evening.
One of the things that the back guy does on that 1-3-1 is you can't allow penetration down the baseline. I think he did a good job. He just needs to move his feet a little more and use his hands a little less.
Essentially what they're doing on the baseline on the top, they use their quicks on the top and the bottom of the 1-3-1, and then their wingspans on the 2, and then they got the big guy in the middle to wrap everything else up.
Yes, yes.
Very well conceived.
We'll pass out the trap.
Good pass
play
underneath. And right over Ben Nastin. Nice job getting the ball inside there. And that was John Regis into the game for Milton Hershey with his first 2.
Nice play call by Coach Zerby. Trying to find a way to crack that 1-3-1.
Ben Nastin tried to catch. It's going to be over. Ben Nastin hurt his ankle on the way down there. Just taking a second here. I think he's just checking to make sure. And he's right back up. Going to head to the side. In for him will be Cooper Manley for a few moments. Cooper Manley, so they're training 6'10" for 6'1".
Okay, to doing that 1-3-1.
Well, if you're Milton Hershey here, maybe you try to attack a little bit more inside, like right there with the big guy out. Now you're going to get tied up, and it's going to be Cisse, and that's a big foul because it's foul number 2 here in the first quarter.
When you slide down there, Coach, you got to get that verticality, get that good base, stick your chest out, put your hand straight up.
I like what they did there, though. They right away attacked inside immediately. Here's Malachi Thomas at the line. He's averaging 17 points a game, rattles it around, and finally gets down. So Thomas with his first points of the night. This is the first free throw of the game by either team. So Thomas.
Malachi's really starting to turn it on at this point of the season.
What a smooth looking stroke that is. And 2 points for Malachi Thomas here, and cuts the lead back to 7 now. So little mini run going on right now for the Spartans. And they're coming back in their own version of the 1-3-1 here.
Can't beat them, join them.
And that turns around for them too. Use
nice
their quickness.
Steal.
And it goes. And Thomas at the end. And Thomas up with a beautiful left hand. Great job off the defense. 4 points for Thomas. And the lead has shrunk to 5.
Trinity looks like a completely different team without those 2 big kids in there.
Exactly. One that's hurt for the moment and one that has 2 fouls. Nice cut.
Yeah.
Boy, beautiful place to attack that. And Wyan with that smooth stroke gets 5 points. Bumps the lead back up to 7 here with 42 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Weiland has a very, very nice stroke.
Trey Wyan.
I like the way his ball looks in the air. He has nice rotation on it.
Here's a good look. That's not going to go. Pulled down by Slager. Slager off and running here. And Slager at the end of the quarter is going to take a long look. Maybe a little too quick there. Back at the other end is Obamwo. Another quick 3. Way's got it. Way trying to attack here. Way is up, not going to go. Swatted around outside. Pulled down by Birdie. 4 seconds to go. Can you get a shot off? They do. Is it going to go? It won't. End of the first quarter. The Shamrocks lead at 18-11. This is the High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week on Fox 43.2. And let's go right now to a timeout with Jeff Thompson. He's down on the sideline. Jeff, take it away.
1963. The next year they went into the Central Penn Catholic League. For the first 3 seasons, their record was 3 wins and 33 losses. It was at that time that Larry Kostelak Sr. took the helm. In his second year, they won the Central Penn Catholic League. Larry Kostelak Sr.'s team was led by Kevin Morrissey, who's with me now. Kevin was Trinity's first 1,000-point scorer and was named second team AP All-States in 1969, the year they won the championship. He went on to score 1,000 points at East Stroud on a very good team and was a little All-American in college. Kevin, what was it like back then with Larry?
Larry was a great coach. Was known for being strict, and if you ever played for him, there's one thing I'll let you know, is that he had an uncanny way of finding out stuff about you. Playing ball for him was great, and we practiced. It was hard. It was long, but the one thing I do remember is that it was fun. He always made it fun.
Thanks, Kevin. Very well said.
And carried on by his son, Larry Kostelak Jr. here. Of course, Larry Kostelak Sr.'s name right here on this court with Harry DeFrank, another great coach, girls coach here, won a state championship or 2 at Trinity. Quickly, Trinity with a steal here. Second quarter up and in, and Trinity puts away at the other end. Reese Brown just in the game, only a freshman, with his first deuce of the night.
Reese Brown, the freshman, number 3, with the lay-in. Coach, one of the things that stands out from the first quarter is they were tied in rebounds with 6. The differential was Milton Hershey with 7 turnovers.
And there's Onabamwo with a nice move off the baseline cut. And Milton Hershey down 20-13 right now. Small teams on the floor night right now for both, really.
Yeah.
Okay, this man-to-man defense for Milton Hershey, the way Mark Zerby teaches it, is really good. They really get at you. They close out quickly on you. Oh, wow. Hard to the basket again, and it's Onabamwo again. He's got 6 points, 4 in this quarter already. And quickly, this Milton Hershey team looks like a different club right now.
And Coach Adebawale is the guy who makes them go.
He really does. Now you're getting more of the Trinity kind of Larry Kostelak team with emotion.
Yes, the ball movement.
Small team in here. You're not trying to post it out. You're trying to move them with guile a little bit. Pass, cut, screen away.
And Milton Hershey in their man-to-man.
Tell you what. And a little too much pressure out front as a foul's going to be called on Milton Hershey. John Regis will pick up his first foul. Be the team's second of the game. Neither team in foul trouble so far, except for the 2 on Cisse for Trinity. And that's a big foul there.
Number 24 for Milton Hershey, John Regis. He's the guy who anchors the middle.
And there's Schlager outside, not going to go. Yanked down nicely on the side by Adam Rosa. And there's another long three, not going to go. Hustle on the boards. Malachi Thomas puts it out, slapped around by Schlager, picked up there by Way. Make that Brown instead. Reese Brown, and Reese Brown looks to score. The freshman into the game has 4 points this quarter. Back up by 7 go the Shamrocks.
Coach, I haven't seen much of Brown. He takes his time, and to have a freshman with that kind of poise on the floor is a great indicator for the future of Trinity.
Thomas taking some quick shots right now outside, but there's Thomas again getting the rebound and putting it back. And Thomas says never say die. He's got 6 of the game.
And Thomas is actually a right-hander, but he loves to lay it in with his left.
He's 6'3", looks like he plays about 6'7" or 6'8". Here's that pass. Now you're going to look to see how you're being played. If you're overplayed, you can go back door. When you go back door, though, so many times guys get a little bit lazy in the cut sometimes. There's the pull up again by Wyan, not going to go. Pulled down by Rosa. Rosa doing a good job on the board so far. Adebawale again, slicing the basket. That one didn't go, but again, he got the shot he wanted.
Yes, he did.
Here's Schlager. Schlager up and in, and Schlager is going to get the point and the foul.
Nice play by Schlager to attack the rim.
Foul's going to be called on Rosa, who planted himself right underneath the basket there, and that's why the foul. Checking into the game will be Michael Bleedy back in there. Milton Hershey does not have a real long bench, and that's one of the things that you want to get into. Trinity using a lot of their bench now, maybe more so than they wanted to this early in the game, and Schlager misses it. There's a rebound by Thomas.
Thomas has been really, really active on those boards.
That was the first time in the line tonight for Trinity. Okay, Malachi Thomas is looking to score. Good slice to the basket again, and not going to go. Ben Nostin is back in there now, looking okay.
To Milton Hershey's credit, they're getting the shots they want. Brown from deep.
And there you got that guy right there getting a rebound. Good job getting up there by Bernie, though, to force the shot away.
Absolutely, great hustle.
Up a little bit of a track meet right now. Ben Nostin gets it, kicks it out right away to Schlager. Schlager looking to go one-on-one. Schlager switches hands up in the air, doesn't get it to go, but he'll get fouled on the shot.
Schlager is definitely in attack mode this evening.
And the foul is called on Bernie, and for Bernie, that's his first foul. Team 4th here in the first half. At the line is Schlager. He's nothing out of 1 there so far tonight. Schlager is up, and Schlager is in. Schlager now already in double figures with 10 points in this one. Averages 20 a game. Tell you what, Schlager attacks you and makes you have to play him.
Yes, he does. He handles the ball well. He gets to the rim. He has a nice mid-range, shoots the 3 ball. His future is very, very promising.
Angel Roberts into the game now for Milton Hershey. The second one is up. That's also good. So Schlager's made his last 2. He's got 11 points. Back up to a 9-point lead. It goes 4:08 to go here in the first half. Don't forget at halftime we'll have our Jack Giambalvo halftime report.
Trinity seems to be playing a little slough-off kind of man-to-man.
Get out of that 1-3-1. I'm not sure we won't see him come back to that later when you get Cisse back in there. That's a walk. A little too quick on the feet that time by number 22, Joe Nacklin, who is in there, a 6-foot senior.
Hopefully Milton Hershey can put in a threat that can move Ben Nostin away from the rim.
Mark Zerbe playing a lot of players here so far. Turnovers so far, Milton Hershey has 9. 3:48 to go in the first half, probably more than Mark Zerby would want in a game like this. Here comes a pick and roll with Ben Nostin.
Nice play
by Bernie.
Bernie's had a couple very, very good
and he throws up
defensive plays.
Look at the offensive glass out here. They are attacking, and you're going to get a foul called, and that is against Emil Way. That'll be his second foul. It'll be the team 4th now against the Shamrocks. And so ball will be brought in underneath here by Milton Hershey. It'll be triggered by Anabamwo.
Trinity.
But you can see how much Way is respecting Anabamwo's first step. Number 1, play number 1. Malachi Thomas up strong, won't go, pounded around. Be caught by Bernie again, who seems to be everywhere. Tipped away then at the end by Reese Brown. Whoa. And Schlager up in the air, no call. Quickly on the other end and taken back there by Trinity. Finally controlled by Wyan. Wyan ahead to Ben Nostin. Ben Nostin passes it inside to Reese Brown. Reese Brown up and in. Great pass by Ben Nostin.
Good cut, Reese Brown. Great pass by Ben Nostin. Milton Hershey's getting the shots they want. They just haven't been able to knock them down consistently.
Exactly right. There's Thomas trying to force a little bit of action.
Coach, I don't know if that foul was from him showing on the screen or he just happened to be there. But either way, that's another foul for Begnostin.
Trey Wyan will pick up the foul there, I believe. Number 14. That'll be his first, team 5th. Milton Hershey so far 6 out of 14 from 2 points, 1 out of 8 from 3. Ben Nostin on the glass. Ben Nostin throws it back inside, tries to find Brown again, won't do it. Picked off there by Rosa. Rosa, great pass down the lane. Anabamwo with another athletic play. 8 points in the game for Anabamwo. He's something to watch.
Absolutely. He has very strong body. Very strong body. He gets in the air, he takes the hit.
Little Michael Jordan there switching hands up there and finding the right English to put the ball in the hole,
and
right?
Can finish.
Look how quickly Milton Hershey gets out on you and closes out. They just close down space. Wyan rushing a little bit. Ben Nostin up.
They're letting them play, Coach. They're letting them play.
And who is it on the other end again? Anabamwo. And he's got 10. And they're going to wipe that off because it was offensive goaltending. What a shame.
Malachi Thomas with the offensive basket interference.
I'm watching Ben Nostin here. And one of the things you watch Ben Nostin when he goes up. Now, here's the offensive goaltending right there. You can't do that. And that was
Malachi Thomas.
Malachi Thomas getting up there. Ben Nostin goes up, but he doesn't finish strong. He go up hard, and then he kind of turns his body away and has just his arm left instead of taking his whole body up.
Milton Hershey still in there man-to-man.
And I'll tell you what, it's been good to them. They're down by 9, but you feel like they are really...
Another steal.
Here's Anabamwo again. 1:19 to go here in the first half. There's Bernie. Bernie trying to get one to go. Has not been able to do that so far. And then quickly on the other end. And there's Schlager. And Schlager is going to be fouled again by Rosa. I think Schlager maybe looks around a little too much sometimes. Just finish strong and let everything else happen, right?
Just get the 2 for your team. Take the hit, get the 2.
He gets a little too cute up around the backboard. Seen a couple times that where he finished strong, he's still going to get fouled. Heck of a player, though. And up and in by Schlager here, who's now got 12 points in the first half.
Nice touch on the ball. Good looking free throw.
Missed his first one. He's made his last 3. Here you see it ahead. Now watch him go up. You had that little extra dip there. They just go up strong and finish it off. Second shot up, also good. 4 in a row now. 13 points in the game here for Owen Schlager. Back up to an 11-point lead now, under a minute to play in the first half.
Trinity still back in their man-to-man. Milton Hershey's moving the ball from side to side, trying to find a weakness. Anabawu goes baseline and puts it in.
And Anabawu, again, is just traveling without the basketball everywhere. He's got 10 points in the first half. He's been fun to watch.
Anabawu is like, hey, Ben Nostin, you're 6'10", 6'11", doesn't matter.
I see what I mean about Ben Nostin. He doesn't quite get the position and use his size and his body. He uses his body to kind of, it just reaches back with his arm.
Yes.
He needs to get up there with his body and let the body catapult up a little bit.
Yes, he's got to shoot it with his base.
Right.
He's got to use those legs.
The other thing we always say to big man is, let your eyes locate and your body will follow.
Right.
Has a nice stroke, though. Almost seems like he's more comfortable shooting the outside shot facing the basket than he is on the low block.
Yes, yes. That'll change, believe me.
Yes, it will. So 1 out of 2. He's got 5 in the game. 31-21, 10-point lead. Here comes Malachi Thomas, who can get up with the best of it. Banks it home. The bank is open tonight, and he's got 8 points.
Malachi with the right-hand runner.
8-point lead, under 10 seconds to play. Schlager with the basketball. A little bit of double heat here from Milton Hershey, looking to find an opening. Schlager lets it fly. Schlager rattles it in and out. 31-23 here at the half. Trinity leads it over the Spartans of Milton Hershey. Now we got a very special interview coming up before we head to our Jack Giambalvo halftime report, our AT&T and Capital Blue Cross halftime stats, and our OSS Health first half highlights, all right here on Fox 43.2.
I'm with Dr. Calista Morris from OSS Health. She's an orthopedic sports medicine surgeon. Today we're going to talk about shoulder injuries. What sport really kind of wins this, if you will, the injury battle?
Yeah, absolutely, hands down, as some people may guess, football wins that battle, but very close by are wrestling and baseball. Okay. When it comes to baseball, pitching is absolutely the number one, more so than field players or catching. So pitchers are the biggest risk. Football is kind of a conglomerate. Yes, we see them in the quarterbacks, but those are more contact positions. Right. So wide receivers, running backs, they get hit a little bit harder.
I'm mentoring a young man. He's in my car the other day, and my shoulder hurts. I said, hey, what's going on, buddy? He said, I landed on my shoulder in practice. Do you tell him to go right back out there, or should they come in and get an x-ray, maybe like OSS Health, or should they, how do they know whether to be careful or just to keep going at it?
If obviously there's deformity or anything like that to the shoulder just doesn't look right, come in right away, we'll get an x-ray. But if it just seems like a mild ache, give it a day or two, take some ibuprofen, Tylenol if you can tolerate it, and then if it's still not better within 72 hours, then definitely come in and get it checked out.
Talk about preventative measures for shoulder injuries.
Absolutely. So the number one thing for us is actually the shoulder blade. So if we can really strengthen the back and the shoulder blade, that helps the shoulder move better as a unit, puts you at less risk of injury. And then also stretching. So you want the motion on your dominant side to equal the motion of your non-dominant side.
Cincinnati Reds, Bucknell wrestling team. I mean, you've been around a lot of different sports. It's got to be a dream come true. A little girl or a little guy, high school kid, junior high comes in. You can talk to them about sports. You can relate to them. You've been there. Does that give you an advantage making that connection?
Absolutely. So at being a former athlete and being around as high level as Major League Baseball, we understand the importance of getting back to their sport and their passion and what they want to do and doing it safely, but also timing for that. So gotcha. We kind of base, are you going into senior season? Are you trying to make this tournament or that tournament? How can we work your injury to get you back to your goal?
What would be like a return to play checklist on how you could judge whether or not that shoulder is ready to go?
Yeah. So if it's any type of shoulder injury that requires rehab, it's at least 6 weeks rehab. So you're out for 6 weeks if you're not taking care of yourself. If it gets to a surgical aspect, now we're looking at 6 months. So it's a pretty big deal if we have to go in for surgery. So if you can take a break and let it rest, that's great. It may save you months on a recovery turn, but we go on a stepwise progression. We work on motion first, then we work on strength, and then we get back into sport-specific activities.
If you want more information, go to osshealth.com.
Where were you last night? Do you know how embarrassing that was for me? No. Don't deflect. Well, that wasn't passive-aggressive. Listen, I just need to know that I can trust you're going to be there when I need you. Hello? I'm just hung up on me.
Not cool.
Track your spending with our personal finance tool. Just another way to have better conversations with your money. From F&M Trust.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customer. Students, begin your professional journey in a high-demand field with Groff Tractor. Contact us today to discover the power of our technician internship programs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your number one source for everything under construction.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
We wake up with the sun. We live in a place we're proud to call home. For us, it's knowing that those we help are neighbors, friends, family. As the leader in providing the best orthopedic care for our community, we come together to do our part.
And welcome back for our Jack Giambalvo halftime report. Your halftime score: Trinity Shamrocks 31, the Spartans from Milton Hershey 23, and a fast-paced first half. Gary Sutton, Kirk Smallwood, Jeff Thompson with you here at the half. And Kirk, you talk about the first half when Cisse went out, when the big guy went out, Ben Nostin for a couple minutes. It changed the entire Trinity team, and it gave Milton Hershey a chance to attack, but they still weren't able to really get inside that 8-point mark. Talk a little bit about the ebb and flow of that first half. It was kind of interesting.
One of the things that really hurt them was the 11 turnovers. They've taken 17 shots, but 11 turnovers, you're not really getting the chances you need at the bucket. That has to improve in the second half.
Jeff, you had scouted both these teams pretty well, and a 1-3-1 is what Trinity came out in. They got out of that a little bit later on when they went small, but they got back into it a little bit there at the end. When they play that 1-3-1, that wingspan is really tough to get inside of. Milton Hershey, when they got them back to the man-to-man, they were able to attack Trinity a little bit better.
Well, early in the game with the bigs in there, they trapped in the corner effectively, and Milton Hershey had a lot of turnovers. What I'm impressed with from the Spartan side, they really rebound the ball, and they've been missing some peeps. So if they can hit some of those shots, I think it's a ball game.
Yeah, I think they really attack you off the dribble very, very well. And as you said, both these teams can transition up and down the court off any misses that you have on them. Let's take a look right now at our AT&T and OSS Health first half highlights, and we had a bunch of them. I'll tell you what, they were lighting up here in the first half on both ends as Trinity came out smoking with a 12-2 lead. And there you see the tap. Ben Nostin not getting a whole lot of competition there, and Schlager serving notice right away what he was going to do, score. He had 13 in the first half.
He was ready to shoot coming out of the locker room.
How about Ben Nostin facing up there, the 6'10 guy bearing it.
Coach, getting back to one of the things you said, it looks like he just feels comfortable on the perimeter.
Facing it, and then we saw this young man, Anapanwo. What a half he put on. He had 10 points in the first half with a lot of slashes. Then Wyan downtown. Best look at the house with a 3.
Nice shot. Nice offensive sequence.
How about Schlager again? He looks to score constantly.
He can kiss it off the glass very effectively.
Absolutely right. There's Ben Nostin inside. Ben Nostin trying to keep it alive and then puts it back and just lifts it over the top. I don't think he was effective inside as he was outside. Then in the other corner, you get a nice look downtown for Milton Hershey. And take a look right now at our Capital Blue Cross halftime stats. And guys, take a look at that and tell me what you see.
Well, first of all, neither team shooting the 3 very effectively.
The rebounds is very shocking. Milton Hershey has 17 and Trinity has 15.
Biggest number right there is the turnovers, 11-5, plus 6 in the turnover department there for Trinity, and that's really where they've lived. As you take a look right now, up by 8 here at the half. So what do you do if you go to the second half? Jeff, first of all, from your standpoint as a coach, what are you looking for here if you're Mark Zerby starting the second half?
Well, I'm telling them to relax a little bit because I thought they were awfully nervous to start the game. If they relax and take their shots, for instance, Malachi, it looks like he's trying to jump too high. He actually can score without jumping that high.
Yes.
If you're on the other side, you know, Larry Kostelak walked off here. He did not look all that happy. What's he saying to his kids in the locker room right now if Coach Smallwood's in there with him?
You're used to seeing Larry Kostelak's teams make more shots, first of all. And secondly, they're going to come back out in that 1-3-1. They're going to trap in the corners, and they're going to force Milton Hershey to find a way to stop it.
Yeah, Milton Hershey was trying to get along the baseline. There wasn't a lot available when those bigs were in there. We'll take a look at the second half and see if it all plays out. That is your Jack Giambalvo halftime report. We'll take a very quick break. We'll come right back with the start of the third quarter, all here on the High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week on Fox 43.2.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Duke McCamey, our post-training expert.
The miking drill is a foundational drill that I teach all young players that sign up for my class. This drill teaches players to finish around the basket while using proper footwork. It's important for players to use the right hand on the right side and the left hand on the left side. I teach players to shuffle their feet and get low while exploding into the layup. Squaring feet and squaring shoulder is the key to consistency and timing around the basket. The miking drill is a foundational drill for every young player to learn in my class.
More choices, more laughter, more time to play, and less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
And we have it back here to start the third quarter. Trinity up and in, and very quickly it's Emil Way with his first 2 points here of the second half, and back up to a double-digit lead here for Trinity. Way with his first points of the night. And here they are, as you said, Coach, back in that 1-3-1 with that starting lineup back in there.
Milton Hershey's got to find a way.
I think they're trying to do it right here. They got it inside immediately to Michael Bleedy, who really has not been involved so far. Bleedy, they're trying to get him touches inside.
He's the guy who gets it done. He's their forward. He's their center. He's very, very active, very, very physical player.
So here's Bleedy at the line. First time there tonight for anything. And his shot is up, but a nice stroke by Bleedy.
Nice stroke.
Bleedy out of New Jersey, by the way. Out of Bonwell, out of Brooklyn, New York. They come to Milton Hershey in different ways. Second shot up and down by Bleedy, and you want to maybe get him involved a little bit more in the second half here.
Yes, it looks like he wants to rock.
I have a feeling this game is not going to be 8 points for long. It just feels like Milton Hershey is knocking on the door. So far, Trinity's answered every time.
Thought they were going to trap in that corner, Coach. The ball was reversed.
Here's Bednostin. Bednostin with a good hard move along the baseline. Where the big guy showed you can put the ball on the floor.
One of the things that, you know, we used to teach, and I'm sure you did also, when you slide down on the baseline, you used to can step out of bounds. Now if you do, automatic block.
There's a shot from the corner, not going to go. Pulled down by Bernie, who seems to be everywhere tonight. Rosa with a basketball. Rosa pulls up. We've not been able to involve Rosa in the offense except for one time so far. Here they are. They're going back inside.
They're deliberately trying to get it to 33.
There's Bernie from the corner. He's got to hit one of those eventually. Bernie with another good shot, and Bernie's going to get fouled, I think, on the play. Probably on Way.
Bernie's one of their best shooters.
If that's on Way, that is foul number 3. 2-3 zone by Trinity on the inbounds here. And there's Rosa from the corner. Man, Rosa's got a good stroke. Pulled down by Bednostin. Schlager to the corner. They got Wyan wide open. Wyan can't hit it. Good rebound by Cisse. Cisse back up. Cisse in, rattles it home.
Cisse's joining the party here, Coach. We haven't heard a lot from him.
Only 12-point average, but tonight 4 in this one. been saddled with some foul problems here tonight so far. There's Malachi Thomas trapped in the corner. There's that good trap with that big wingspan we talked about. Thomas rattles it in and out. Ben Nostin yanks down the rebound. Here comes Way with the basketball.
Trinity's been very deliberate in offensive transition. Nice give and go.
Ben Nostin gets it inside to Cisse on the give and go, and 6 points for Cisse as all of a sudden he's got 6 of the game for this half. Great pass though by the big guy.
Very good pass. Back to that big, strong 1-3-1. Keep the ball hot.
There's Rosa again, and Rosa can hit that shot, and does. Rosa with his second 3 of the night. Pulls it back to 9 points.
If Milton Hershey is going to win this game, it's going to come from number 4, Rosa, as well as number 2, Bernie, because they can hit perimeter shots. And they've been getting open perimeter shots.
Ben Nostin trying to use his body, pulls up there. Again, he's much better facing the basket. He shows you again why. As Ben Nostin now with 7 points in the game, and Trinity has answered every run that Milton Hershey's had so far.
Nice play by Ben Nostin.
Shows you can pass it. He shows you can dribble it. He shows you can hit that jumper. There's Rosa. That was just off and push away. Wyatt might have gotten away with a push behind.
Yeah.
Slager trips up.
Travel.
I think he's going to get Malachi Thomas for a foul here. That'll be his first. That's exactly what they're going to do. Is, you know, Schlager gives you all kinds of different change of pace on the dribble and everything. He's very hard to guard.
Yes, he is.
And especially in transition. Here's Wyan. Wyan back to Cisse. Cisse pulls up again, and Cisse is starting to go on a little run here in the second half. He's got 6 points, 8 in the game.
Cisse says, hey, I was absent in the first half, but I bought a ticket and I'm here now.
Back into it now. Wait, it's so hard to throw the diagonal pass with this wingspan we talked about.
Very difficult.
Rosa trying to create to Malachi Thomas. Bernie again in the corner. Bernie finally hits one out of the corner. Jason Bernie downtown with a 3.
Jason Bernie, they're calling your number. They need you tonight.
Got a much better lift on that 3.
And he's getting open 3s. They're not really hotly contested.
Speaking about being contested, how about this man-to-man here by the Spartans? They contest everything.
Yes, they're good.
And that's the reason for that turnover. They contested the lane so well that time.
They're getting after it.
Still in the 1-3-1, though, are the Shamrocks.
Okay, and the Spartans are in some type of 4 cross.
You know who becomes far less effective against the 1-3-1? Anabamwo.
Yes.
There's not much he can do against that. This guy needs to do more, and he's doing it.
Absolutely.
Bernie. They found Mr. Bernie, and he's found his stroke. He's got 6 points all in this quarter. 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. They've cut it back to 7.
Bernie and Rosa are going to be very, very key into the outcome of this ball game.
There goes Schlager. He's looking along the baseline. Good fake there to Ben Nostin, and Schlager finds a way to kind of worm his way in for 2. He's got 15 in the game.
Good move.
He had 13 in the first half, his first deuce here in the second half. Yeah, you take away Anabamwo's slashing here a little bit with that 1-3-1.
Looks like they're back in the man-to-man.
They are. Here's where you get him involved more. He'll attack from here. There's a foul out front on, I believe, Schlager.
And Schlager got a little bit impatient and reached.
Schlager picks up his first here in the third quarter. 3:30 to go in the third quarter, 43-34.
Schlager, just keep your palms outside your knees, son.
Now you get the man-to-man. And this is where they're going to come at you more with the dribble. Standing around a little bit here in their offense. There's Rosa again, and Rosa, there's Ben Nostin. Ben Nostin kind of having a little push-off there with Bleedy.
Bleedy and Ben Nostin sumo wrestling a little bit.
Cisse gets hit. Ben Nostin right back to Cisse. He looks for him. Nice drive going down the way. Cisse can't put it away, and back on the other. Here comes Malachi Thomas. Thomas loses it. Foul's going to be called, and that is going to be against Emil Way, and I've got him for 4, if that, in fact, is on Way.
Trinity guys are using their hands a little bit more than Coach Kostelak would like.
Reese Brown will check back in for Way now, who's got to go to the bench with those fouls. Bernie gets it. Bernie kicks it back out. He's got the man he wants. Rosa. Schlager yanks it down again. Schlager with a great pass ahead to Ben Nostin. He kicks it back out. Wyan with a nice standstill 3. Can't make it, but followed up nicely by Reese Brown back in the game. And Reese Brown with 8 points. The freshman having a good night.
Milton Hershey's got a gang rebound. On those shots, you got to send your guys to the glass so they can defend your defensive board.
There's another look. Buried for the top of the key by who? Anabamwo. He's got 11. Make that 13, rather.
Not only does he ignite the attack, Milton Hershey goes into your 1-3-1.
He said, I heard those guys saying I'm not going to be a factor against this 1-3-1. Guess what? I can be a factor anytime. There's Wyan again. Wyan answers on the other side. Trey Wyan with exactly that, a tray. He's got 8.
Wyan with the standstill jumper.
Boy, everybody's showing off their wares here tonight in this game. Here's Bernie. Bernie gets caught against the big guy. Bernie finds a way to get it up and in, and Bernie has come to play here in the second half. He's got 8 all here in the third quarter.
And again, Bernie was absent in the first half, but he bought his ticket coach, and he's here now.
Wyan pull up underneath to Bednostin, who puts it away with authority.
Nice high-low.
Bednostin with 9 points.
Nice high-low action by Trinity. And Trinity's back into their man-to-man.
You see a little bit more motion now. Maybe put the ball on the deck and attack a little bit more with this guy.
Ball's moving. I don't see a lot of bodies moving, though.
That's the problem.
Nice kick out.
Rosa, good three, rattles out.
Good
Picked
box
up, though.
out.
Good hustle by Bleedy. Wow. Bleedy wanted the foul. He didn't get it, and frankly, he probably has a pretty good argument. They're going to call it backcourt, though.
No, I know.
So 50-39, the Shamrocks have answered every run so far here by Milton Hershey.
Milton Hershey's in their man-to-man.
Slager to Wyan. Wyan underneath. He's got Reese Brown open again. And Reese Brown running without the basketball is going to have 10 points. He's working hard away from the ball.
Very timely cut by Reese. Good catch and good finish.
Biggest lead of the game right now, 13 points here, 52-39, under a minute to play here in the third quarter. There's another look. That's not going to go from Anabamwo. There's Bernie. The baseline. Malachi Thomas up left hand and in. And he's going to get fouled by Cisse. If that's Cisse, that'll be his third foul. Great job by Thomas using the left hand up. And Thomas now hits double figures. He's got 10 in this one.
That was a great play by Thomas. Got the defender up in the air, finished at the rim, and took the foul.
Don't forget, at the end of the game, Capital Blue Cross post-game report. We'll have our Hoffman Ford player of the game and our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game is Thomas, trying to figure out a way to finish off a three-point play. Can't do it. Thomas is his first miss of the night. Here's Schlager, 41 seconds to go in the third quarter. Being played by Thomas. Wyan to the other side.
John Regis is in the ball game now.
Reese Brown, where are you coming from? You're downtown. Reese Brown with a long tray. 55-41, and the freshman with 13 in this one.
I guess he said, Coach, just call my play and then fix the net because I'm hot.
Good, great. Got 2 left-handers doing a great job out front there with Reese Brown and Owen Schlager. Wow.
Trinity's back into a man-to-man. Milton Hershey, oh boy.
Right underneath Anabamwo.
Coach, that was just a basic screen at the top of the key, and he was open for the lay-in.
Schlager up and strong on the other end. Schlager now with 17 points in the game. He and Brown, between the two of them right now, they've got 30 points. Another three, not going to go. And that's the end of the quarter, 57-43 in a fast-paced game. Trinity leads it. We head to the fourth. It's all here on High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2. But not until we hear from Jeff Thompson. Timeout with Jeff Thompson. Let's go to him right now.
When I come in this gym, I often think about the people that made Trinity High School in the early days. Khaki, Reno, Relic, a host of others, Harry DeFrank. But tonight we're honoring a man who gave a lot of his time and died tragically last summer. Steve Sabata. And if you'll notice, the reason I'm over here is there's a chair that's especially for him. They're keeping this for him the whole year. No one will sit on it. The retired colonel had quite an impact on the Trinity community. Back to you, Gary.
And he is buried in Arlington National Cemetery with full military honors. He's in the military for 30-plus years and a coach here for 16. A great guy. You knew him well, Coach Smallwood.
Very well.
And there you see, he's never going to be forgotten, and he's always got a chair. No one sits in that chair at all. Coach Sabata for 16 years here, just a great guy. Steve Sabata, and of course, classy move tonight by Mark Zerbe and his team with those T-shirts we saw at the beginning of the game.
It sure was, man. This is a very emotional thing for me because I knew Coach Tabata very well. He was a very loyal member of Coach Kostelak's staff. He had great relationships with kids, and he'll be dearly missed.
Retired in 2014 as a colonel and served as a military combat guy in Desert Storm, Desert Shield, so he was one of those heroes who walked among us. Here it is again. Onabamwo not going to go. Ben Nostin with another rebound.
Milton Hershey are getting the shots that they want.
They really
just
are.
got to make them.
There goes Schlager. Schlager shows you the ball and then moves right away. Attacking baseline. Reese Brown having a heck of a night so far. Ben Nostin can't get it. And here's Milton Hershey with it. Malachi Thomas. Bernie, who had a hot hand start in the third quarter, had a couple of threes.
Milton Hershey got to move that ball and get some bodies moving.
Yeah, the problem right now is there's no movement away from the basketball. And, you know, Trinity's in man-to-man. Here's a guy who can move.
That's where you want it, right there.
And how about that?
Good block.
Schlager going right up face-to-face with Malachi Thomas. Some numbers there in the third quarter, Coach.
Trinity was 10 for 12 in the third quarter. They were 2 for 4 from 3, 9 rebounds, 1 turnover.
And there's a great job by Onabamwo getting it ahead to Malachi Thomas. And Malachi Thomas puts it home for 2. He's got 10 points in the game now.
Milton Hershey in the third was 3 for 4 from 2. They were 4 for 13 from 3. And they were 2 for 3 from the foul line with 3 rebounds.
Ray Wyan to
No
Reese Brown,
turnovers.
slash it down the middle. Here comes Schlager again. Schlager off to Ben Nostin. Ben Nostin puts it away with a dunk.
It was a nice setup. Very good job.
And a timeout on the floor for Mark Zerbe. We'll take one as well. 59-49. The Shamrocks lead it right here on the High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week on Fox 43.2.
More choices, more laughter, more time to play, and less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
And welcome back. 59-45. There you see Larry Kostelak. He's been doing that for 39 years. I had to coach against him in 1987 in the Eastern Final to get to the state championship. And I'll tell you what, we gained a friendship out of that. But one of the things you always know about his teams, and much the same with Coach Zerbe, class acts.
Absolutely.
Good people. And that's what they're just not only great coaches, but great teachers as well. You know, Advanced Hoops, by the way, has offered a special middle school boys winter league. It's not too late to sign up, by the way. To find out more, go to www.advancedhoops.com. And also, if you want to watch the replays of this game, go to hsslivetv.com. You can watch all the games we've had throughout the season. We've had a lot of good ones so far. And this is another one here tonight. 59-45, big possession here for Milton Hershey.
This is the second 14-point lead by Trinity.
And Birdie gets caught there. A little indecision. Good defense, again, by that young man who's come in tonight, Reese Brown. I've been really impressed by the freshman.
Yeah, he's playing a heck of a game. I like his temperament. I like his timing on his cuts. He always catches the ball, and he can finish around the rim.
He's got a little bit of swagger, too, to him, and it's not a cocky kind of thing. It's just confidence.
That was the first turnover at a half for Milton Hershey.
Wow. There's Brown again, and Brown lets this one go. Pretty good looking shot. Taken down there by Rosa. Here comes Rosa hard. Rosa loses it.
Stolen by Brown.
Ryan Balaban, who's in there, got that steal, by the way, pushing it away. And back on the other end, Reese Brown has it taken away. Onabamwo has it. Onabamwo looking to penetrate. Has Bernie again, and Bernie answers yet another three, and Jason Bernie keeps him in it. Bernie now with 11 points in the contest, 59-48.
Bernie shooting that thing with a lot of confidence.
But there's a guy who's answered all night long. It's been Schlager. Schlager with 19.
Well, he's at his average, Coach.
Rosa on the other end, and he is going to knock down yet another three. And, man, he's got 3 threes in the game.
Milton Hershey ain't ready to go home yet.
7th three of the night now for Milton Hershey, but Ben Nostin answers with a deuce and another dunk.
What has to happen is that offside wing has got to drop.
13 for Ben Nostin in the game. It's just a really fun game to watch, isn't it? A lot of talent on the floor here tonight. Here comes Malachi Thomas. Malachi Thomas trying to get up. Malachi Thomas does it. Not going to get it. Keeps it alive, though. Right back up it goes. That's not going to go. John Regis in there trying to get it to happen. Here comes Schlager on the other end, and Schlager gets it tapped away by that guy, and you've seen him Bernie all night long. And the foul will be called against Reese Brown, and for Reese Brown, that's his first foul of the evening. Checking back in now is Bleedy for Regis. 4:47 to go in this one. Go ahead, Coach.
Slager seems to be pushing the pace a little bit off the defensive board.
Still in that man-to-man now is Trinity. With Cisse on the bench, and here they are again coming off underneath Rosa. Good ball fake, and Rosa is up and in. Nice job by Rosa getting the shot.
Great call by Coach Zerbe, getting his one of his leading scorers free.
They get it with that weak side back screen against the man-to-man that opened it up. Now you're going to see a little bit more motion now from Trinity. They're looking for Bednarski, but there's Reese Brown. Can he answer again? No. And Rosa with another rebound. Big possession again, 10 points, trying to get it underneath that. Here comes Rosa. He's going to challenge Bednarski.
Right to the big guy.
How about that? Right in his face, he goes straight up. And I'll tell you, Rosa's impressive, 13 points. Schlager dumps it off underneath to Bednarski. He can't handle it and loses it out of bounds. And they're going to say it's off Milton Hershey. So here comes Trinity's first team back on the floor now. Cisse, Ryan, Way.
Let's see what Coach Kotzelak dials up on this inbounds. Baseline out of bounds play.
Now you've got your bigs back on the floor. You got a timeout on the floor. 63-55. The Spartans are making their move. We'll take a timeout right here on High School Sports Live TV. The game of the week on Fox 43.2.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customer. Students, begin your professional journey in a high-demand field with Groff Tractor. Contact us today to discover the power of our technician internship programs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
And there you see Mark Zerbe, 11 years, 190 and 75, a 71% winning percentage. He's had 3 times he's won the Mid-Penn division, and he now has won one Mid-Penn championship back in 2015-16. He's got 10 consecutive winning seasons there and a record of 230 and 160 overall. He is an outstanding coach and an excellent teacher as well.
He does a very, very good job. There's 2 plays particularly that I was very impressed with. The last play where he got the ball to his big, and also there was a pass to the wing, got a screen at the foul line, guy cut right to the basket for a wide open layup.
There's Schlager, a set piece, and Schlager misses the 3, taken down again by Rosa, who's been the star of this quarter so far.
Milton Hershey is doing a heck of a job on those boards.
I'll tell you what,
particularly the defensive board.
I've never seen this many left-handers on the floor tonight. You think about it. There's a block by Bednarski, big block there. You got 2 left-handers operating out front part of the time with Reese Brown and Schlager. Then on the other side, you got 2 more. You got
good
Bernie,
steal.
and here's Onabamwo. Onabamwo puts it up. It's followed up nicely by Malachi Thomas, and he puts it in. Cisse is going to pick up a big foul. Wow. Run the floor, big man.
Malachi Thomas, one of the guys that part of his responsibility is to get on the boards. That's what he's doing.
And I've got 4 fouls on Cisse. They've closed to 63-57. The closest they've gotten the game so far was 2015 at the 6:47 mark of the first quarter. And now they have gotten within 5 again as Malachi Thomas puts it away. You're going to see Cisse check out here. And in for him will be Cooper Manley. So again, they get much smaller now with Cisse out. Cisse's been saddled with fouls the whole night long, and now man-to-man again here by Milton Hershey. They've closed it to 5, and the Milton Hershey crowd is fired up.
Milton Hershey drops their man-to-man.
First half, they were 1 out of 10 from threes. This half, 6
nice
out of 15.
Diagonal cut.
Back cut, and that's what they do. They'll do that all night long if they can. Emil Way in for his 4th point off the weak side, back cut.
Caught Onabamwo staring at the basketball, cut right in front of his face. Nice catch, nice lay-in.
So the foul is going to be against Schlager as we'll scroll all the way back to the end. That's Schlager's 2nd foul of the night. And we're in the 1-and-1. So here's Bernie. Bernie has not been to the free throw line yet tonight. The only line he's been shooting from for the most part is the three-point line, although the last two buckets have been, last bucket was a deuce. He's now got 12 points in the game.
I'm very impressed with the kind of fight that Milton Hershey brought to this ball game.
Wow, I'll tell you what, they closed it back to 5 points here.
They're staying in their man-to-man. They feel confident in it.
Yeah, this is their base defense, there's no question about it.
Milton Hershey can't get caught staring at the basketball.
And I think it's to Milton Hershey's advantage right now with the man-to-man. And Trinity not moving as quickly as they might normally. Now you see a little bit of that weak side motion. Bednoston.
Nice pass.
Again, without the basketball, there's Emil Way. His last 2 buckets have been without the basketball. They found him wide open. 67-60, timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. 2:41 to go in this one. Don't you leave that dial. This is High School Sports Live to be on Fox 43.2.
Where were you last night? Do you know how embarrassing that was for me? No. Don't deflect. Well, that wasn't passive aggressive. Listen, I just need to know that I can trust you're going to be there when I need you. Hello? Armani just hung up on me.
Not cool. Track your spending with our personal finance tool. Just another way to have better conversations with your money from F&M Trust.
39 years for that young man, Coach, and he is Larry Kostelak Jr. His dad's name is on the floor. You heard about him earlier. 17 conference championships, 18 district championships, 2 state championships. You got 2 of those yourself, Coach, and 4 runners-up. Not a bad little bit of body of work, is it?
He puts in the work. He puts in the time. He builds his players. He builds his teams, and he deserves everything he gets.
And he's a guy that still chews on that towel with the best of them, doesn't he?
Yes,
He's had
he
that
does.
over all the years, that green towel. But he is a class act, I'll tell you what. 2:41 to go, 67-60. This is a huge possession here for Milton Hershey.
And Trinity's in their man-to-man also.
Still man-to-man. It's a saggy man-to-man. It's a little different kind of man-to-man than here's Rosa. Big 3 shot. Rosa again! Rosa downtown has 4 threes in the second half.
Rosa with the big left-hand three-pointer.
16 points for Rosa. He's been huge here in the second half. Bednosty gets to the corner to Wyan. Swarming everywhere right now with that man-to-man. That's a huge 3 look. It's not going to go. But kept alive by Wyan, and it's going to be a foul on Rosa. Rosa thought he had a takeaway. He fouled. It'll be his 3rd.
Coach, I'd like to see some of them perimeter defenders for Milton Hershey get to that glass when the shot's taken. You got to get in there.
How about this move? You're getting Cooper Manley out. Now you're getting Reese Brown back on the floor offensively.
Reese Brown, the freshman.
Wyan back out to Way. Inside to Bednoston. Bednoston's going to be pushed behind. And that's going to be on Bleedy, I think.
Yes. Bleedy was playing behind him. He had one arm in his back.
Trying to muscle him out a little bit. He'll get called for the foul, will Bleedy. The ball goes back to the baseline.
Might be a little more effective if he played baseline in as opposed to playing behind the offensive player.
Back to Way. Here's Schlager. Look, he's trying to find Bednoston. Bednoston comes back out to set the screen. Reese Brown with the basketball. Now they're moving the way you want to see them move. This is where they usually get some layups, but that's not maybe the shot. Bednoston again picks off the offensive rebound. Wyan back out to Reese Brown. 1:40 to play. Schlager with the basketball. He's got to move right side. Schlager up strong. Schlager in, and he's going to get fouled, but no, he'll be called for the charge. Schlager with a player control foul. Thought he had the bucket and one, and no, it was taken off. He's got his 3rd foul on the board now, and Larry Kostelak is not happy at all.
Michael Bleedy steps in for the charge and really changed the face of what's going on right now.
Another of these barn burners these two play. This is a huge shot. That one's not going to go, and pulled down by Schlager. Boy, Birdie's been hot in the second half. I couldn't get that with the drive. Here's Schlager going hard, pulls back out. Back out front to Way. Way, another layup to the basket. They forgot about Way. He kicks it away, and Schlager is not going to be able to get it. It goes out of bounds, and it's back in the hands of the Spartans.
Coach, I'm not really sure that that's the shot that Coach Kostelak wanted. Usually what he would do is drive home with his big guy.
And another timeout. We'll keep it right here with 1:12 to go. 67-63. Right now, if you're Coach Kostelak, you've got to You got to play defense here on this one. It's going to be in the hands of the Spartans. What are you doing defensively right now? He's got a smaller team on the floor for the moment. He might be putting some of the bigs back in.
They've got to be able to defend the perimeter. They've got to keep the ball out of the post. No face cuts. Stay in a good defensive stance and defend your basket.
For Mark Zerby, his team is swarming everywhere right now. That man-to-man is looking like there's 7 guys out there.
Absolutely. And if they can get a couple other guys to make some shots, Rosa's doing a good job. If they can get some guys to make some shots, this is going to go down to the wire.
Huge possession here. I remember a couple years ago we had one that went right to the last shot again. These two teams used to be great rivals when they're in the same division. So it's Milton Hershey's basketball. Trinity's going to come and double team Onabamwo, and they'll get it inside to Malachi Thomas and back to Onabamwo. 1:10 to go. Hold on to your seats. We're coming down the stretch. Could be a tough landing. Rosa. Onabamwo up. He gets it blocked away. Beautiful job there. On the other end, here comes Reese Brown. Reese Brown dishes it off. Up by Way. It's not going to go, but Way is fouled to go to the line for 2.
Looks like Brown could have gave that up a little bit earlier.
Either that or kept it for himself, I thought, because he was really going hard. He showed us the ability to score one-on-one. First time to the free throw line this half. Emil Way is stepping in there right now. These are huge. He's a 75% free throw shooter on the year. He's got 6 points in this game, and Way is up, and the Iceman cometh.
You always like to see guys hit free throws at the end of the game, Coach.
You and I talked about percentages, and then there's percentages inside those. And the percentages inside the last 4 minutes, or 2 minutes with the game's on the line, those are the ones you look at. Way only a sophomore. Second shot up, also good. Neither one even hit iron. Way's with 8 points. He's got 6 big ones in this quarter.
Yes, he does.
Under a minute to play, a 6-point lead right now.
Way has also played very good defense.
Rosa's been hot with a 3 in the second half here, and he's getting played tough man-to-man. Bernie wasn't ready to take that shot, I don't think. Rebound up. Bleedy with the nice garbage off the miss, puts it back in, cuts it back to 4 points. 40.4 seconds ago. We'll take our final timeout. We'll come right back. This is High School Sports Live TV's Game of the Week on Fox 43.2.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment. I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
.4 seconds ago, Mark Zerby right now trying to figure out how to create a new possession and get 4 points off the boards in 40 seconds, Coach.
It's going to be tough. It's really, really going to be tough.
And if you're looking at who he might foul, you probably would look at it. You don't want to foul Trey Wyan if he's out there. He's 91% free throw shooter. Schleger's at 74. Emil Way's at 75. Cissay's at 44, but Cissay is not in there right now. Or maybe he is. We'll wait and see.
I don't think he's in, Coach.
And Ben Nostin is only 53%. So you might foul Ben Nostin and take your chances with him.
Absolutely. Historically, Larry Kostelak has always had good foul shooters.
And he is not going to let the ball get into the hands of Ben Nostin. He can help it. So he's got his 3 best foul shooters right out here. And then you have Reese Brown in there. Reese Brown's only 56%. They might foul him right away. Instead, they get this guy, Schlager. They tip it away. Ben Nostin's got it. Now you want to kill clock. Got 2 possession lead. You want to kill clock. You got to foul. And that's the guy you probably want to foul out of all the guards that are out there. 56% is Reese Brown.
Coach, I know you want to hold the ball, but Begnostic was wide open on the left block.
Now, it's still not 1-on-1, so you've got to inbound it again. Now you've got to foul immediately. You're down 2 possessions. Again, get it to Brown and foul him immediately if you want.
Oh, the steal. Rosa.
Rosa's up. Rosa's in.
Rosa laid it in.
And there's Rosa. We get 2 more.
2-point ball game.
18 points for Rosa now. 2 points down. Schlager caught in the backcourt. He's being double teamed and finally pushed by Bleedy. And you're going to see Schlager walk down to the other end now and try to get his team up by 2 possessions.
I tell you, Milton Hershey is not ready to go home just yet.
I'm wondering if Bleedy doesn't foul there, if they've got Schlager pinned back there, the 10-second look, let's keep it right here with 18 seconds to go at a timeout. So now you're going to walk to the other end, and you find everything depends on if Schlager makes these.
Yes. Slager's a very, very good foul shooter. He's comfortable. He's shot the ball in rhythm most of the night. So we'll see what happens.
Let's talk about the game Adam Rosa has played here in the second half. 18 points. He had 3 in the first half.
Yes, he's a good player. And for Milton Hershey to win and be successful throughout the season, he's got to show up every night.
Well, you saw the game he played the second half. Between he and Bernie here in the second half, they have got 7 threes between the two of them.
Whoa.
Add one more by Anabamwo. And I'll tell you what, these teams have really shown up. The stars are shining out here tonight. These are going to be 2 teams to watch. They're going to be fun. And, of course, we have the rematch with Bishop McDevitt and also Trinity later on, I think, on February 4th.
That'll be a barn burner.
So the first one is up and good. And this is the big one. This is a 2-possession job right here. If you get this one, Trinity just needs to maybe shade him coming up court. Schlager with his 20th point of the night, right on his average.
Right on his average.
How about number 21 right there? And so 21 points now by Owen Schlager. And here they are shading him coming up the court. Anabamwo gets, I thought, fouled. There's another 3. Within 1 and a timeout. As Bernie buries the 3, his 4th of the half. 16 in the game now for Bernie, and it's a 71-70 game, 8.6 seconds to play. Coach, we're not done yet.
We're not done yet. What Milton Hershey is going to try to do is get a steal early or foul. One of the two. One of the two.
On the other side, there's Larry Kostelak Jr. He's going to try to get it in the hands of his best free throw shooters, and that means Way or Schlager. He does not want to see it in the hands of, and maybe Wyatt, obviously, 91%.
Yes.
So one of those 3, he wants to handle the basketball right here. But take a look at this. Stuck right there on Anabamwo, throws it back out to Bernie, who lets it go. Bernie was already had his feet set and buries it.
He was begging for it.
So now if you're Milton Hershey, you got to create a new possession, and we saw the heat they could bring with their man-to-man. And then you've got to get a turnaround right away. I think they're out of timeouts here. Milton Hershey in this half, look at this. First half, 1 out of 10 from the 3. This half, 7 of 19. 37%. That speaks well.
Coach, one thing that's overlooked in this situation is who's going to take the ball out. Some guys on your team are good inbounders regardless of the situation.
You got your 91% free throw shooter inbounded it, so he's going to be a guy you throw it back to in case you get stuck. They're going to throw it to Schlager. Schlager's got it. Schlager's getting away with it. Schlager's finally is fouled by Rosa with 6.5 seconds to go.
Coach Trey Wayne looked kind of nervous on that inbound.
Larry Kostelak saw it too, and he's going down. He looked at Coach. Coach said, and now Coach gives him a little pat, says, hey, okay, it's all right, you got it in. But that ball was spinning around in his hand for a moment before he let that go to Schlager. He was very indecisive.
And one of the things you teach your kids, you get that internal clock. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, and so on.
There's Mark Zerbe. Now these free throws, even anyway happens, you're going to get a shot to tie or win. You're going to get a shot to win right now, but this shot is huge for Schlager. He's got 22 in the game.
Schlager has been a very valuable piece for Trinity.
He's made his last 8 in a row now since missing the first one. He's got 23 points in the game, 73-70. You got to have a 3. Bernie lets it go one more time, and it brings air, and that is it. Bernie got the shot to tie it, 73-70. Trinity wins it in another barn burner here at the home of the Shamrocks. Great game here tonight, and I'll tell you what, this is what we've come to expect of these two. And now coming up right after this, the Capital Blue Cross post-game report. The Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game and the Hoffman Ford player of the game, all straight ahead right after this on High School Sports Live TV. It's the game of the week on Fox 43.2.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customer. Students, begin your professional journey in a high-demand field with Groff Tractor. Contact us today to discover the power of our technician internship programs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
The Jet Giambavo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Genesis of York, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Giambavo Hyundai of Hanover, and our newest dealership, Jack Giambavo Mazda. The Giambavo family of dealerships. Over 30 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With a reputation for quality service after the sale. Giambavo is proud to serve your community. Find out why. The Jack Giambavo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambavo.com.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
More choices, more laughter, more time to play, and less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
What are you doing? Getting the money for the RV we've been wanting. I know you're in there, money.
They're saying we can get a line of credit based on what we've already paid into our home.
Oh, that's pretty clever. Huh? No harm done.
Borrow from your home with our FlexLock line of credit. Have better conversations with your money with F&M Trust.
Everybody knows Hoffman has it. Did you know Hoffman has even more? There's the fully stocked Hoffman Ford Parts and Accessories Department, the Hoffman state-of-the-art collision facility, confidence in our ultra-modern service facility, peace of mind with master technicians, satisfaction with low prices.
Do I really need to say it again? Hoffman has it.
Only at Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
And welcome back to our Capital Blue Cross post-game report. We need to get a breath.
Oh,
73-70, Trinity wins it over Milton Hershey. I don't know what it is about this gym and these two teams, but every time we get in here, it's a 1 or a 3-point one. Jeff, you and I have been involved in a few of these in here between these two when they were still in the Capital Conference, but I'll tell you what, this was a classic here tonight.
Instant classic. The way they shot the ball in the second half, and Milton Hershey came out and really tore it up, didn't they?
They sure did. Milton Hershey showed a whole lot of fight. A game like this is going to help them when they get into district play, and if they're lucky enough to get to states, this game will help them.
And of course, they're only a half game behind Mechanicsburg in their conference. They won one over Mechanicsburg, lost one over Mechanicsburg, so they still have some big basketball to play right there. On the other side, Trinity got pushed tonight big time, but they found out a lot about themselves too. But when you look at this Milton Hershey team, 1 of 10 in the first half in threes, 8 of like 17 in the second half. They were incredible from the three-point line, and I thought Rosa and Bernie particularly were dynamite. I mean, they just absolutely couldn't miss in the second half, although Bernie got the tough shot here at the end, but they had a shot to tie it. It was a good one to see.
The shooters stepped in and made shots when they had to. The last one was a little short, but they fought.
Oh.
they stepped in and they shot the ball with confidence, and that goes a long way.
And I thought Milton Hershey did a good job of finding those two shooters. Once they heated up, they were really playing well as a team.
Yeah, they really did. And you look at the scoring tonight, balanced scoring. Anabamu with 15. You had Bernie with 16. You had Rosa with 18, and you had Malachi Thomas, who was almost on witness protection. He's the guy that averaged the most coming to the game. He only had 14 tonight, but he was dynamite, too, on the inside. And they just played really well together. And I thought, even though they started the game having a tough time, they finally got into a rhythm. And when they got Trinity into a little bit of foul problems, they got them playing man-to-man. That's where they live. They like to attack you on the dribble and attack you off the misses, and they really did a good job. But Trinity, we can't say enough about them tonight, too. Every time there was a run, they managed to answer, but at the end, they withstood everything that Milton Hershey could throw at them and showed the kind of quality team they are as well.
They did a good job. You know, they were playing at home, and, you know, this is a semi kind of rivalry. They weren't going to quit. They weren't going to give up, and they weren't going to lose on their home floor.
And number 11, Owen Schlager, he's grown up in this Trinity environment, and he knows how important that is. He burned 8 for 8 at the end, didn't he?
He was 8.
Yes,
he missed his first free throw tonight, and after that, he hit his last 8, and right down the stretch, there he was. They got the ball to him on purpose, and he answered the bell. Let's take a look right now at our Capital Region play of the game, our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game, and I'm always anxious to see what Chad Edwards dials up for us, so let's see what he has tonight. And here you have a steal by Schlager coming down the court, and Schlager puts it up and says, I can put it down too, Coach. You were talking to him before the game tonight, Coach Smallwood. He said, I can get up above the rim, Coach.
He says, I'm playing above the rim now, Coach.
Was that a two-handed flush? Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
And you saw Coach Smallwood off the left of the screen. He enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And he looked over you and said, that's for you, Coach. So there's one tonight for Coach Smallwood, our Capital Region Insurance Agency play of the game. Our player of the game also happened to be the same guy tonight. He averages 20 points a game during the season. Tonight he had 23, but he was a lot more valuable even than that as he handled the basketball. Take a look at this guy. Owen Schlager, number 11. Only a sophomore.
Great game tonight.
This was a game much bigger than any sophomore. That was the opening shot of the game when he buried the 3. That was a statement shot.
Well, he has a lot of tools.
Oh.
He sure does.
Takes it to the rack, can bury it from the outside, knows how to get it from downtown, and played well tonight. 23 points for him in this game. You had 13 by Reese Brown, the freshman off the bench. You had Ben Nostin tonight, who had, I think, 11 points in this one as well. And just a solid evening for everybody here. It was a fun game to watch. Coaches coached well, the players played well, and that's what you need to see. I want to thank a whole lot of people here tonight. Before we tell you that our next broadcast is going to be wrestling this coming Thursday. It's going to be Cedar Cliff against Cumberland Valley. We're going to see you Friday night in Columbia in Lancaster County as Lancaster Mennonite, always a great matchup there against the Columbia Crimson Tide, who are 12-2 right now and playing some great basketball. That's going to be a fun night down at Columbia, and that will be on the 20th. So the 19th, our next broadcast on wrestling. I want to thank a whole lot of people tonight. Chad Edwards and the whole crew from Invicta here. Josh Edwards on site did a great job. Jim Gallagher, our statistician, who keeps us feeding us numbers like a blizzard all night long. He does a fantastic job. Jeff Thompson, Timeout with Thompson, and all his analysis throughout the evening. Of course, Coach Smallwood giving you the very best you're going to get here tonight. I'm Gary Sutton, and for all of us here at Invicta and for Fox 43, we're so glad to be bringing you High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week. Again, your final score tonight, Trinity 73, Milton Hershey 70. Have a great evening, everyone.